Hola, vamos a continuar en capítulo 8. Estamos en páginas 238 a 247. Hoy aprendemos los objetos indirectos, indirect object pronouns, and some verbs that we use them with. So we've already learned direct object pronouns. Me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. Indirect objects are answer the question who or what. So indirect object pronouns, me, te, le, nos, les. Once again, you don't have to learn the os one. So these mean to me, to you, for me, for you, to for you, him, her, or it, to for us, or to for you or them. Direct object pronouns, as you remember, are placed before the conjugated verb or attached to the end of the infinitive. Indirect object pronouns are the same. They go in the same place. We are not learning how to use them together yet, though. So indirect object pronouns are the second recipient of the action of the verb. They usually answer the question to whom or for whom in relation to the verb. The word to is frequently omitted in English. For whom is Anna preparing dinner? For them. To whom am I giving the gift? To her. Like direct object pronouns, indirect object pronouns, los pronombres de complemento indirecto can precede the main verb or follow the infinitive or a present participle. With commands, direct object pronouns are the same. They are attached to the end of the affirmative command or they precede the negative command form. Lay and lace can have several different meanings. When context does not make the meaning clear, the meaning is clarified with the prepositional phrase a plus the pronoun object of a preposition. So here we have voy a mandarle un telegrama. Who is lay? We don't know. Voy a mandarle un telegrama a usted, a él, a ella. So that's how we clarify who lay is. It is common for a Spanish sentence that has a third person noun indirect object to not only have the a plus the noun phrase, but also have an apparently repetitive lay or lace. The pronoun lay or lace usually precedes the a plus noun phrase in the sentence. That's a lot of words to say that in Spanish, a lot of times you see the lay or lace with the noun defined, with the noun clarified. So we have vamos a cantarle el secreto a Juan. So a Juan is the indirect object, and then lay is the pronoun, so you have both. Les guardo los asientos a Jorge y Marta. We have a Jorge y Marta to clarify who Les is. Gender is not reflected in any of the indirect object pronouns. And while the use of it does seem redundant to use lay or lace with the a pronoun. It is very normal though. It's not redundant to Spanish speakers. And even though, so it's not redundant to them to hear it. You won't always hear them use it, but they aren't going to feel like you're being redundant when you use it. So, there's that. In página 240, we have some verbs that are often used with indirect objects. contar, entregar, escribir, explicar, hablar, mandar, mostrar, ofrecer, pedir, preguntar, prestar, prometer, recomendar, regalar, y servir. So those are words that usually take an indirect object. It does something or gives something to someone else. Then we'll go to dar and decir. We have dar, which means to give. Doy, das, da, damos, dan. And we have decir, which means to say or to tell. Digo, dices, dice, decimos, dicen. Decir is a stem-changing verb, ita, I. It's also a go verb in the yo form, digo. The verbs dar and decir are almost always used with indirect object pronouns in Spanish. ¿Cuándo me das el dinero? ¿Por qué no le dice usted la verdad, señor? So we have dar and regalar, which those both mean to give. Usually regalar means to give a gift, whereas dar is just to give something to someone, not necessarily a gift. Decir means to say or to tell, while hablar means to speak, and contar means to tell or narrate. So they're all similar, but they're different. So make sure you're using the correct one with what you're trying to say. Dar and decir also have irregular formal command forms. There is a written accent on de to distinguish it from the preposition de. So dar is de or den, and decir is diga or digan. I would really te recomiendo hacer práctica C en página 241 para práctica, pero no tienen que hacerlo. It's not homework. It's just really good practice, as are all of these to work on indirect objects and indirect object pronouns. Okay, we're going to go on to gustar, which is on 243. This is gustar is used to express likes and dislikes. We've already used gustar a little bit, but we're going to expand our use of it here. So we have me gusta la playa, which means I like the beach, but the literal translation would be the beach is pleasing to me. No le gustan sus cursos would be how you say he doesn't like his classes or his courses, but the literal translation would be his courses are not pleasing to him. Nos gusta esquiar, we like to ski, but the literal equivalent is skiing is pleasing to us. Gustar doesn't literally mean to like, it means to be pleasing. And it's conjugated in the present tense with gusta or gustan, depending on what is pleasing. Página 244 tiene la información para usar gustar. Gustar is always used with an indirect object pronoun. Me, te, le, nos, or les. Someone or something is pleasing to someone else. The verb must agree with the subject of the sentence, that is, the person or thing that is pleasing. So you have, if you're saying it's not, you have no, then you have the indirect object pronoun, and you have gusta or gustan, and then you have the subject. Me gusta este asiento de pasillo. This aisle seat is pleasing to me. I like this aisle seat. So it's me, so it's me. It's one seat, so it's gusta. No me gustan los asientos de ventanilla. Window seats are not pleasing to me. It's me, so it's me. It's me, so it's me. And then los asientos is plural, so it's gustan. Me gusta mucho volar en avión. Flying is really pleasing to me. So you have me, so me. And then flying, volar, is singular. So it's gusta. Me gusta nadar y tomar el sol. An infinitive is a singular subject in Spanish. So gusta is used even if there are two or more infinitive subjects. So I like to swim and bathe. I like to. May. And then it's an infinitive, so it's gusta. We have the redundancy of the indirect object here. When the person pleased is stated as a noun or a proper name, the indirect object pronoun must be used in addition to the phrase a plus the name or the noun. Al niño no le gustan los aviones. So it's, or you can say no le gustan los aviones al niño. Either way you write that is correct. And so it's al niño, so it's le, and then we have los aviones, so it's plural, so al niño no le gustan. Then we have the phrase with a plus a pronoun is often used for clarification or emphasis. The prepositional phrase can appear before the indirect object pronoun or after the verb. ¿Le gusta a usted viajar? Or ¿a usted le gusta viajar? Do you like to travel? ¿Le gusta a él viajar? ¿A él le gusta viajar? Does he like to travel? Me and T, me with the accent, T without the accent, are used as the object of most prepositions except conmigo and contigo. Subject pronouns usted, él, ella are used as the object of all prepositions for other persons. And then this is the conditional, I would like or you would like. This is what one would or would not like to do, and it is expressed with gustaría plus the infinitive and then the appropriate indirect objects. A mí me gustaría viajar a Colombia. I would like to travel to Colombia. Nos gustaría hacer camping este verano. We would like to go camping this summer. So that's gustar. Practice this, study it, make sure you understand how it's used. The practice on the next couple of pages is really, really helpful. Then on page 247, página 247, there's otros verbos que expresen los gustos y preferencias. There's some other ways to express intense likes and dislikes. And some other verbs that are used just like gustar. Encantar, interesar, engustar, and then you have odiar is a little different, which means to hate. So go ahead and read that and make sure you're understanding that. As always, please let me know if you have questions as you're studying this and as you're trying to learn this and practice this.